about Jenkins freestyle project. So now from today onwards we are going to start pipeline project, that is how to write a pipeline script using Jenkins declarative. So let me go to the official documentation of Jenkins. Let me search just simple Jenkins pipeline. So if you see, this is the official documentation of Jenkins. Let me open. So if you see, this chapter covers all recommended aspects of Jenkins pipeline functionality, including how to get started with pipeline. So now let me go to how to get started with pipeline. So what is the prerequisites? So the Jenkins version will be 2.0. So older version 1.6.42 may work but not recommended. So at least you need to have Jenkins version 2.0, then this pipeline feature will be supported, because in the beginning whenever Jenkins was developed, only freestyle project feature was available. Then after Jenkins started implementing automation and all, then after declarative pipeline feature was implemented, and that's the reason they are keeping that Jenkins 2.0 version లో మనకి pipeline script available గా ఉంది. సో అదే యూస్ చేయండి. సో they are recommending. So pipeline plugin which is installed as part of suggested plugins. So whenever you install Jenkins, right, whenever you click on suggested plugins, so automatically pipeline plugin will be also installed, that is intimating Jenkins. So read more on how to install and manage plugins. You know how to install, manage using go to plugins and you can install. So if you see DSL, so declarative and scripted language, which is developed by Jenkins, and what in which language the scripted language will be in the form of Groovy. So it will be formed in Groovy language. They have written the syntaxes. So they have given how to write a pipeline script in Jenkins. If you want, you can go through it. Okay, I will just provide this URL. Accordingly, you can able to read this article. So whatever I teach, everything I go to official documentation, because in future something was added, how I will get to know. So if you go to official documentation, so if you see, whenever you write any declarative pipeline script, try to give a name as Jenkins file. Why I need to give? Jenkins is telling to give. So if you see, I have written a Jenkins file. I have given the Jenkins file name. If you see the logo, automatically get. So Jenkins file name అనేది Jenkins file అని ఇవ్వండి అని రికమెండ్ చేస్తున్నాడు. బట్ యూ కెన్ గివ్ అనదర్ నేమ్ యాజ్ వెల్. బట్ Jenkins officially recommending to use the Jenkins file as a name, but you can give another name as well. There is no issue. So Blue Ocean is nothing but a plugin. So I am going to show what is that plugin and all. You no need to worry. So to create a basic pipeline through Jenkins, what you need to give? You need to go to new item. There you will give the example pipeline, and there you need to select the pipeline. So in the click the pipeline tab at the top of the page, scroll down to the pipeline section. So if you see, this is the basic syntax of pipeline. So whenever you are going to learn anything, you should not worry, oh, what is the syntax, I cannot able to understand. So now let me click on new, let me paste here. So just if in the interview also, if they ask you to write a pipeline script, this is the skeleton. Okay, first it will start with pipeline, then after open bracket, close bracket. Inside the pipeline you will be having agent. Agent is nothing but in which server you want to run this pipeline. If you give any, it will run on Jenkins master. If you want to run on separate node, like for suppose if you go to manage Jenkins, if you added a new server in your manage Jenkins, then you can give your that server name, then automatically this pipeline script will be run on that server. Do you remember we have discussed about master slave, Jenkins master slave? I have added a node. So in the same way, if you have 2 to 3 nodes, then if you want to run on that specific node, then you can give agent any agent, and you need to give the label, and you need to give that label name. Then automatically this pipeline total script will be run on that server. But let us begin from Jenkins. In future, I am going to show you, while I am showing you the project, right? At a time, I will show how to run on different agent. But let us start from beginning. So at present, I am like run only on Jenkins master. So ఇక్కడ వరకు కన్ఫ్యూజన్ లేదు అనుకుంటున్నాను. సో ఎవ్రీ స్క్రిప్ట్ స్టార్ట్స్ విత్ పైప్లైన్ ఓపెన్ బ్రాకెట్ క్లోజ్ బ్రాకెట్. Yeah, hi Minaj. So yeah, we are just discussing about this pipeline, how to write this pipeline, that is scripted pipeline using the official documentation. So this is the basic syntax. It will start with pipeline open bracket and close bracket. So if you see the agent instructs Jenkins to allocate an executor or any available agent by node in the Jenkins environment. So in Jenkins there is a master slave like components. If you have added any new node, if you want to run that on a particular node, then you can use in the agent section, you can give that specific node name, then automatically this pipeline script will run on that particular node. For suppose if you see at present I am in Jenkins master. If you have another node, like nothing but if you go to manage Jenkins, setup agent, for suppose if you added a new node, so at that time if you want to run on that specific node, then in pipeline script you need to define on the agent section. You need to give the label name. Whenever you create a node, right, you will give the node name, right? That node name you need to define there. So anyway, we are going to discuss in further sessions. So echo writes simple string to console output. Echo is nothing but simple Linux. So node effectively does the same as agent. So this is the basic pipeline script. So let us try to just copy paste it in the notepad. So yeah, Navin, just remember pipeline script will run starts with pipeline. Let me open the Visual Studio Code. So pipeline open bracket close bracket. So this is the basic syntax. Whenever you write any Jenkins file, first you need to start with pipeline. Then after, what you need to do, you need to give agent. Agent is nothing but in which server you want to run this pipeline. At present I am just giving any. I doesn't care wherever this pipeline run. I don't want, I want to run anywhere. And another one was, you can use the tools nothing but I have configured the Maven, right? Whenever I install Maven, I have configured that Maven. So you need to give that Maven details. So if you see, if I go to dashboard, manage Jenkins, tools. So I have configured the Maven, right? I need to give the name of Maven. So Maven M3. Then only Jenkins can able to identify Maven. If not, you will get a Maven is not installed please try to configure Maven. It will ask. So this is very important. So this is like this, you can use the tools, then Jenkins can able to identify the Maven's path. So another one, stages. This is common, stages. This is demo stage. So inside the stages, and again it will start with bracket, open bracket, close bracket. Inside the stage you will be having different stages. That's it, simple. This is stage 1. Again open bracket, close bracket. Inside the stage you will be having steps. Open bracket, close bracket. Inside the step you can write your command, Linux command or everything. Echo demo. That's it. This is the basic skeleton. If you want another stage, same. Let me copy paste. This is stage 2, demo 2, demo 1. So this is the basic skeleton. So first you will start with pipeline agent. If you have any tools, you can give the tools configuration. Then after stages, inside the stage you will be having stage, inside the stage you will be having steps. So this stage will be same, will be repeated. So first you will be having clone stage, then after you will be having build stage, then after you will be having test. Like that in Jenkins you are going to write, but this is the first. So just see, observe this pipeline agent. Now for this simple command I don't want any configuration, I don't want any Maven. That's the reason there is no tools section here. This is a simple Linux command, I don't want to configure anything. So if you see stages, inside the stages you will be having stage. You can give any name. Here they have given stage 1. It's your, if you want to give some other name, you can give. Inside the stage you will be having steps. Inside the steps you will execute the what exactly you want. So here you will execute mvn package, like that. Now let me copy this. So I think you have understood. There is no confusion, right? This is the basic skeleton. In the interview if they ask how, please try to write a pipeline script which you have recently worked, then you need to write this syntax: pipeline agent, stages, inside the stage, stage, inside the stage you will steps. So anyway, how to write this I'm going to discuss this during day-to-day activities of DevOps engineer. But just remember this skeleton. This skeleton will be repeated every day during our project sections also. Same skeleton will be repeated. Now let me go to dashboard, new item, pipeline demo. Let me click on pipeline. Until last day we are working on freestyle project. Now we are upgraded to the pipeline. This is why we are using pipeline, because if you see, whenever I write any Jenkins file, right, let me delete this. Demo 2. So let us come back again here. Let me first focus on this. So pipeline, let me paste. Let me click on save. Let me click on build now. So if you see, there is only one stage, job was run successfully. Let me go to output. Running on Jenkins, hello world was displayed, finished, success, end of pipeline. But in freestyle it will be different. So now if I see why we are using as a pipeline script, because I want to save the history. If I use freestyle project, I cannot able to store the history, like whatever the scripts I have written I can able to store in github.com. If I add something another stage, I get to know using git versioning. I get to know yesterday these are the stages was added, on next day it was added, this stages was added. I will get a history, and I can say like I can use the same file for different projects. Okay, for every project there will be, for suppose if the same, there will be different companies, the requirement will be same. For suppose if you see Ola requirement will be same, Uber requirement will be same, because they are running the same business. So the two projects, let us imagine the two projects will be get to the Wipro. So then Wipro what will do, they will work on the same project, only logos will be changed, everything code will be same. So at that time you can use the same Jenkins file for different projects, only the skeleton will be same, right? Only the stages, the commands will be different, the skeleton will be same. Now let me execute git status, git add dot git commit -m added Jenkins file, git push. New file demo1. Git add dot demo file. So now let me go to github.com/devops. Let me load this. You will get a Jenkins file folder. In today's class we have discussed write a demo1, right? So this is the pipeline agent stage step. So just try to copy and try to execute the same thing after completion of class. So now let me go to the official documentation, right? Console output same, whatever we have done, same output got. So to configure your pipeline project, to use the Jenkins file from source code, source control, nothing but, for suppose if your project was located in the github.com, so from github.com if you want to run a pipeline, how you need to run? So same thing it was. So if you go to script generator, let me go to the pipeline demo configure. If you see pipeline syntax, just right click, open link in new tab. Just you need to select the git. So what is the repository URL, which project I want to run? Let me go to the DevopsEasy. Let me go to the game of life. Spring Pipelining will take too much of time because it's a very long project. Let me take game of life. Sorry, pipeline syntax. Let me paste the repository URL. My branch name was master itself. I want to give the credential. No, I don't want to give the credential because it's a public generate pipeline script. So if you see, it has generated. So if you remember the skeleton, now what I will do, I will just copy paste this stage. I will paste here. I will give clone stage. Here I will delete this Now what I will do, I will just go blindly copy this, paste here. Now let me copy this. If I get an error, no problem, I will learn from that. Now let me try to save this. Now only stage 1 is there. Now it should, I need to get a stage clone stage as well. So right, stage 1 clone stage. Do you getting my point? Skeleton will be remained same. So skeleton will be remain same. If you want to get the command, there is a pipeline generator as well, but people use it to by heart that, but you should not do that. You need to work smartly. Pipeline syntax. Then if you want to some other tool, if you want to get the artifact, you need to go give archive the artifacts, and you need to give the location. Just click on generate pipeline script. It will generate a pipeline script. Again, what the same, you will copy paste, you will add the another stage. So this is the Jenkins pipeline script. You need to write like that. Skeleton will be same. Inside the pipeline you will be having agent. Inside the agent you will be having stages. Inside the stages you will be having stage. Inside the stage you will be having steps. Inside the steps you will be having what you want from this stage. Now let me go to the official documentation. So whatever I am speaking, I am following the official documentation. I am not doing any rocket science. So he is also same, right? Stage. So yeah, generated. So there is a video as well. If you want to see, you can do that. So pipeline examples, let me click on. So if you see, they have given the different, so if you see git URL, some pipeline scripts which they have written, they have given just examples how you need to write the pipeline, but you should not, you no need to worry. Let me close this. So let me go to pipeline steps reference. So we have gone to the get started with pipeline, right? Now let me go to create and use Jenkins file. So if you see, first stage will be building, echo building. Second stage will be just imagine test, echo testing, deploy, echo deploy. So this is just a basic example. Now let me try to copy this. So I said that archive artifact. If you want to do, you need to write like this. So from where I got this, if you click on where it is, generate pipeline script, it will give this command. So for suppose whatever, whenever you run any pipeline, right, this is called as build numbers. So for everything there will be some environmental variables. So we are going to discuss that. So if you want to use that, if you want to call that in your like whenever I create any Docker image, if you want to give this build number as a version for my Docker, at that time you can use this build number variables. So we are going to discuss this in further sessions. You no need to worry. So if you see echo running like that, you can give for your Docker versions. So like this there will be so if you want to use credentials, like I said, right, for my GitHub, it's a public, so I didn't given. So whenever you click given credential, then automatically it will create a with credentials. If you see this, by seeing this, you will be like, oh no, I cannot able to write this pipeline. So you just use the pipeline generator, create and copy paste, that's it. Anyway, we will discuss this is today is the first class, that's the reason. Just let us, so if you see, if you want to use environmental variables, you need to give the environment bracket. If you want to use tools, then you need to give tools bracket. If you want to call anything from Jenkins, you need to give that section. Like if you want to call my Maven, what I need to do, I need to use tools bracket, open bracket, close bracket. I need to give the information. In the same way, if there is any environmental variables which you have created, then you need to give environment, open bracket, close bracket, you need to give the environmental related information. So if you see, if it is pipeline build was failed, what I need to do, I need to send an email. So we are going to discuss this thing as well. After completing the total stage, at the end I want to, if the build was failed, I want to send an email to my email ID. How I can able to do that? So we are going to discuss that, but not today. So I said, right, if you want to run a job on that specific server, how you will do? You will give agent label and your server name. Manage Jenkins, you will give the name, right? Then you need to give label, name, and inside that server, if you want to run, then you will run that. Like that you can give for every stage. If you want to run on the separate server, is it possible? Yes, you need to just use the tag agent. Like for suppose if you have one stage for Maven, one stage for Docker, so at that time you can use the that stage and you can give the server name, then that stage will only run on that particular server. So we are going to discuss these things, I'm just showing you. So I will just provide this URL. In your free time, just go through this. So I have provided the two URLs. So now let me come to the top. Now let me try to copy paste. New file, let me give a name as demo2. Git status, git add dot, git commit -m, added deployment example, git push. Now let me try to create a new job. Now let me do it differently. New item, pipeline, simple. Let me go to pipeline. Okay. So pipeline. Now let me click on pipeline script from source code management. What is source code management? It's a Git. What is the repository URL? Let me copy this game of life. If it is fail, let it fail. So I don't have any credentials. So is it master branch? Yes, it's a master branch. Where it is? So what is the script path? Is it a Jenkins file? No, it's not a Jenkins file. If you see inside the Jenkins files, there is a demo2. Let me try to give that path. So not here, sorry. Script path. Inside the Jenkins file, there is a demo2. So if you see like this, you need to give the path. So Jenkins was recommended to use Jenkins file as an example. Now let me click on save. Now let me click on build now. So it is failed. No problem. Unable to find Jenkins file / demo from Git. So now let me go to DevopsEasy game of life. Oh, sorry. I didn't add it to this repository, right? I forget. I have added to my Jenkins notes. For suppose if you have added Jenkins file in this in your code in your game of life, then you can call your Jenkins file from here. If you see, this is the example already which is present Jenkins file. So if you see, this is the basic syntax. Have given tools, stage, clone stage, then after mvn clean package, build stage, then after what I did, I have uploaded the var file to the Nexus Artifactory. Then after I have done some SonarQube analysis. So these are going, we are going to do this. You don't need to worry what SonarQube, Artifactory, everything we are going to do. For now, let me go pipeline simple. Just forget about this configuration, but you can call the Jenkins file directly from your source code repository. Now let me pipeline script. I want to directly run the script. Is it possible? Yes. You can directly run your script as well. Now let me try to copy paste, save. Now let me click on build now. So if you see, build, test, deploy. So building, testing, deploying. Now let me try to show the pipeline script which is original, which I have written. Let me go to Jenkins file here. Right, if you see, I have given pipeline agent any, tools is Maven version which I have configured as M3. I have given that Maven M3. This is the comment, okay. It will not consider this. If you want to add a comment for your like code, so what is this stage about? I want to run describe about this stage. Then you need to give // this is for cloning the code. So like this you can able to describe your stage, why you are using that. in the companies, if there is a fresher, if he is if you don't know about this, then you can use the feature called as comment. In original code it will not consider, it will just a comment. So this is the triggers we have discussed yesterday, right? So which trigger you want to use? Poll SEM. Every minute it will run this job. So like this you can able to call triggers. So inside the stages you will be having stage. So I have given source code stage, I have given git branch master, URL is game of life, and build stage I have given mvn clean package. Then archive the artifacts, I have given the artifact. That's it, there is no any rocket science. Stage steps command, stage steps command, stage steps command. Now let me control A, control C, new item, Maven project pipeline. Okay. So you can use two methods, which if your file is available on github.com, you can use the pipeline script from source code management, or you can directly write. So it's a first class. Let me try to directly write the script. So if you don't know how to write, how to generate, just click on pipeline syntax, follow, and you can generate and you can copy paste. Right? If you see source code build, now let me go here. So success. Let me click here, archive the artifacts. So if you see EMF live var was shown here. So if you do the freestyle project also it will show, but in freestyle you are going to do manual, but it's a automation. I can use the Jenkins file, I can store anywhere, I can share this with my colleagues as well. If you want to run the same project, they need to just use that code. So if I click on here, automatically var file will be downloaded. So then you can able to test that the application is running or not. So this is the basic project. So today what you need to do, so if you go to the github.com, so there is a Jenkins file which I have added, poll SEM, archive the artifact. So don't do this, first go to demo1, take this code, copy paste, practice. So this is the demo2, build test. Demo1 is stage 1 hello world, then after Jenkins file. So try to copy paste, try to understand the script how you are writing. That's it. So like this we are we will go in depth. In the starting itself, if I show the pipeline, you will get confusion.